Aquarius, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and just see what is happening in your world. There is a major release that's going to take place for you during this full moon in Libra. Yeah. There's something that you're letting go of. There's a truth that's going to be revealed. There's a lot that's taking place from an energy standpoint. Because this full moon is in the sign of Libra, another air sign. This is really working in your favor. Yeah, looking here, bottom of the deck, I do have the Fool card showing up. And so for you, you're in this new beginning, but part of this new beginning does involve releasing some of the old. We're still in this pattern of trying to release anything that's holding us back from really engaging in this new beginning. And that is coming through very loud and clear in your reading. Where I see you right now is the Two of Wands. So looking off into the distance, seeing the potential in a situation and recognizing, okay, this is what I want. Now it's about going after exactly what I want. I have the Six of Wands influencing it, which indicates there's a lot of success. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever road you want to go down, there is a lot of success connected to it. In what you need to focus on, I have the Five of Pentacles showing up. This is release. This is leaving something behind, leaving it out in the cold. It feels like you already know what needs to just be released from your life. The Judgment card indicates that you've made a final decision. You know what doesn't belong in your life anymore. In your Strength, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, this is about you taking some sort of action. So whatever it is that you're doing right now, whatever it is that you need to release, this is an active release. This isn't something that's just going to organically leave your life. This is something where you're going to have to put in some effort and energy into the situation in order to make this real. But I'm getting more of the release showing up here in your near future. This feels like it's going to take place around the full moon. It might happen before the full moon. There is actually a full moon in that picture. And so there's something that you are moving away from, that you're letting go of it. It requires you to act, do something here in order to make that happen, but you definitely need to. I'm getting something with expectations. So when I look at how the universe is shaping the situation, so the Ten of Pentacles, it could be something here is changing as it relates to the way that you view your life and the stability in your life and just what kind of future you really want for yourself. The Six of Swords shows up because that is movement. We have 3 cards that indicate you're releasing something here. And so when you're walking away or you're moving away from something here that allows you to create the kind of environment that you want to be in. And so whether it's a shift in your perspective and letting go of what those old expectations are, there's something here that is changing. And it's changing so that you can have the life that you want. When I look at your hopes or fears, and I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles, and so male or female is just the energy of the card, the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded and very stable, very nurturing. It's about creating that environment that you want long term. And it feels like this is what you're doing. You're taking a lot of steps right now to set yourself up for this kind of environment, that your stability, first and foremost, is the number one thing. You're not going to allow yourself to settle for anything less than your ultimate goals and dreams. And the biggest one here is your stability. I'm getting the Seven of Swords showing up in your potential outcome. And it feels a lot like during this release, during this full moon, there is a truth that's going to come to the surface. It's something that just wasn't readily available before, or wasn't something that you were able to acknowledge in the past, but it is showing up here. So let's get some additional details. So with the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands, I'm getting the Seven of Swords. There's something here. It could be connected to your expectations. I'm not getting that it's connected to something else. I'm not getting that somebody here is actively lying or manipulating a situation for their own benefit. I'm not picking up on that energy at all. What I am getting the sense here is things are starting to click into place, and you don't have all the puzzle pieces yet to even put the puzzle together. And it feels like this is what you're learning. There's something here. You're starting to understand the big picture. There's something about this that's coming up. Something here, maybe it's a limiting behavior, because I'm getting limitations. So let's keep going. Let's get the Five of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. So yeah, we have the Knight of Wands showing up as your strength. Five of Pentacles, this is something that you need to release. Knight of Wands is showing up to say, really focus on letting something go. And I'm getting a lot of, it's an old life, an old way of thinking, an old way of behaving. It's not showing up as the devil energy, but that's essentially what I'm picking up on. It's anything here that was holding you back. It's something that you just need to let go of. It's preventing you from having that balance that you're looking for. With the Judgment card, I'm getting the Strength. So Leo energy with this. Judgment and Strength indicate that you made a decision, and it may not have been an easy one. In fact, it required a lot of strength. It required a lot of courage in order for you to go after exactly what you want. But it was, okay, you know what? I want this life. And if I want this life, then I need to make changes within my existing life. And it's going to require strength, because maybe I'm making major modifications. I'm almost getting the sense of like a tower moment. More of kind of blowing up old structures and really just taking the entire situation, throwing it all up in the air, and then kind of the dust is starting to settle. You're starting to understand everything, and you're starting to see where the true potential actually lies, where your long-term stability comes into play, and where that path really is, and what you need to do to go down that path. Tell me about this Knight of Wands and the Strength. High Priestess. Intuitively, because of all the change that's taking place, because you did take control of the situation, you said, I'm going to make a different decision. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to do something very bold, maybe even drastic or dynamic in that sense. And so when it comes to your strength in this situation, it's about you trusting your instincts. That High Priestess card, a very strong soul connection. And with your Knight of Wands energy, so all the actions that you're taking are coming from a place within you where you know that this is in your best interest. Your intuition is always going to guide you down this path of, this is what you really need. This is what you really want. This is what you've been saying you want. We're trying to give it to you, and this is what you need to do to get it. And it feels like that's how this is playing out for you. Keep trusting your instincts here. With the Eight of Cups, I'm getting the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. So this is what's happening. That is kind of that low-key devil energy, in a sense, where the Eight of Swords can have you very much trapped in your mind. You're thinking and overthinking a situation, and it almost created this paralysis. It prevented you from moving forward because you were just very much trapped in your mind, maybe afraid to take some sort of action, overthinking every action that you wanted to take. You make a decision, you almost rethink it. A lot of that kind of mentality. It feels like you're doing away with that. You're starting to trust your instincts more in this situation, because your instincts, every time that you come back to it, your instincts are correct. And so it's about not letting yourself fall into this trap in your mind where you get stuck. This is what you're leaving behind. Okay, let's keep going. With the Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting the Ace of Cups. So fresh start, new beginning, as it relates to what exactly you want long-term. Whatever caused you to step out of your comfort zone, take some sort of bold action here in the past, it's opening up something here in your future. It's opening up a path that allows you to feel more fulfilled. You could have made that work, no doubt, but this is really about, I could make something work, but am I really happy there? Was that really the life I wanted to live? And it feels like things are opening up for you because you made that decision. So clarifying the Six of Swords, I'm getting the Six of Cups. So you're moving back into a place of feeling good about yourself, good about your life, your goals, all of it. This Six of Cups could indicate something from the past returning, because I'm getting a little bit of that energy. It's not a dominant energy, so take it as it resonates. But I am getting the sense of here, it's restoring happiness. getting yourself back into feeling good about the goals that you have and just the path that you're taking, just what you're capable of doing, trusting yourself, all of it. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. That's what you want. You want stability with emotional fulfillment, and it's showing up here in your hopes or fears. So obviously this is a hope. I like the way that that's playing out. With the Seven of Swords, I'm getting the Fool. So we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, and I have the Fool showing up here, clarifying your outcome energy. And so what's happening here, I'm getting a sense of picking up the pieces. So as you embark on this new beginning and you really release, and this feels like it's a big release for you during this full moon in Libra, this is really opening up all kinds of new possibilities for you. I'm getting a lot of illusions being stripped away. That truth is being revealed. It's something where, go with me on this one. You might have had these goals and dreams, and at some point in your life you said, I'm either not worthy or they're just not working for me anymore. So you kind of veered onto a different path. And when you veered onto a different path, you set yourself up for something comfortable, something that you knew that you could easily navigate. It wouldn't be this overwhelming, stressing kind of situation. You would make do, you would be content, but would you really, really be happy? No. You could make that work. But you also hit this point on this kind of adjacent journey and said, this really isn't doing it for me anymore. I really do want more out of my life. But when I tried to do this before, it didn't go the way that I wanted. It maybe created a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. I was up in my head around it, not sure the steps that I was taking. But whatever you did on this adjacent path, it feels like it built up a sense of confidence within yourself that allowed you to kind of maybe step back into this, or maybe do something more in line with this. And what you're seeing now is the truth in the situation, that you were capable of doing this, that maybe you just needed more experience or more of something else that you gained from this adjacent path and journey, because that wasn't a mistake at all. This path that you went on for a period of time before maybe realigning with this path, this was meant to develop other skills that would help you embrace this journey more, learn to trust yourself more. It feels like it was one of those big lessons that you learned that you needed in order to have that confidence to go after what you wanted here. This is where I'm getting the truth is coming up, and the old expectations they need to be gone. You just need to shed those. So Aquarius, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.